Welcome back to day 5 of Steve on Story. There's an old saying that the cobbler's children have no shoes. And what that means basically is that the person who spends all day making shoes for the whole village seems to sometimes never have time to make a pair for their own family. Proverb has lived for centuries for one reason. It's because every service professional's secret shame is that we pour our skill into others. We fix, we polish, we build. We write, design, heal, coach, lead. And when it comes time to do the same thing for our own brand, our own story, our own positioning, suddenly we're out there barefoot. You got dentists with outdated websites, lawyers without a single video that explains why they chose law in the first place, therapists who help people clarify, but they got a foggy message for themselves, ghostwriters, hello, Steve, who write stories for everybody else and then neglect their own. That's why I'm doing all this. It's not hypocrisy, it's habit. We're so used to being the helper that we forget that we're also a business that needs its own help. Here's the part that nobody really likes to admit. The village doesn't just trust the cobbler because he makes good shoes. They trust him because his children wear them. We believe the person who believes in their own work enough to use it. That's why the Crossroad Diner exists. It's to give experts a place to finally put on their own shoes. It's not about being a commercial or a sales pitch. It's a conversation like this. It's a moment when the person behind the profession gets to say, this is who I am. This is why I do what I do. This is the problem that I solve. This is why it matters. When you finally speak your own story out loud, your business stops limping and it starts walking into rooms you've never even entered. It's it's one of my favorite things to do is to pull those truths out of people that I work with. Now, there's questions you should ask yourself. Where am I barefoot in my own business? What story do I tell brilliantly for others that I've really never told for myself? If my very best customer were to ask, Steve, why do you do this work? Could I answer in a single breath? Well, if you've been the cobbler long enough and you're ready for your own pair of shoes, Crossroad Diner counter is always open. Let's finally tell your story. There's going to be a link in the notes here, and it goes straight to my calendar, or you can always write me at storymastermedia@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you. Now, tomorrow, we're going to talk about the story of the gift of the unpolished story. We're going to talk about why imperfect, unfiltered conversations far outperform scripted perfection, and why humans trust real long before they trust impressive. So stay tuned. I'll be right back here tomorrow to visit with you again, and I hope that you will join me. Steve McCurdy on Story.